Yeah. Are y'all ready for another heavy hitting show? Episode 97. Knowledge is love. Make sure you check out my Sagittarius new moon video that I just put up minutes ago. And tonight, I've got a guest, Miss Laura Kul, intuitive healer, 4th generation psychic. And we have got a show for you. Well, hello, Miss Laura Kul. How are you?
I was just jamming out.
Yeah, you got it. That's a hot little track. That's from my Capricorn moon brother that you met at Coffee Talk, Abraham Robinson, an amazing musical producer. That moon on the ascendant gives you a lot of musical talent, and let me tell you. So everyone, welcome Miss Laura Kul. We got some people already excited in the chat. Laura will get to you guys in a minute. So Laura, the energy has been quite intense the last month, and with our solar eclipse October 25th, and then the lunar eclipse, I guess 2 Mondays ago. And we're getting ready to calm down maybe a little bit as we get into Sagittarius season on November 22nd. But I want to know with you, in terms of what you've been dealing with your clients. Oh, I know some of these comments already, and messages, like, what have you been receiving from God? Like, what type of downloads have you been receiving? And what have your clients been coming to you for as of late? Just share that with the audience, and then we'll get to the questions and comments.
Okay. Deep stuff from the past, like old wounds from chat.
You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know. Make sure. Yeah, it's sounding a little spotty.
Uh-oh. Need to sign off and come back in. And I just saw him on Safari instead of our Foxfire or whatever it is.
Okay, you could sign. Yeah, maybe that might be it, because you're kind of breaking up a little.
Or is it better now?
Talk some more. No, it's still like
it's like
crackly when you're talking.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off for now.
Okay. So listen, Laura will be right back. How y'all doing? Please go check out, when this is over, my Sagittarius new moon video that I just put up, which is November 23rd, 5:57 p.m. Eastern. That's 2:57 p.m. Pacific and 3:57 Mountain. And it's for November 23rd. Sagittarius season starts November 22nd. And that new moon is a Taurus rising with a stellium of the sun, the moon, Mercury, and Venus. But it's Sagittarius, but it's in the 8th house, you guys, right? With Pluto in the 9th, Saturn trining Mars, 2nd to the 10th, Jupiter, Juno, and Neptune in Pisces in the 11th. So you have the Mars-Neptune square, and then Mars trine Saturn. I think I did a pretty good job breaking it down. I hope you guys enjoy it and let me know. I got Black Moon Lilith coming up this weekend or early next week, 11th and 12th house, finishing those up. And the Mercury series. And since you guys voted, make sure you put your vote in the community if you haven't voted yet. I am going to do the secrets of the moon sign series. And Laura is back with us. So let me bring Miss Laura in. There you go. How you sounding now?
I don't know. I hope I'm better.
You sound great. All right. So,
Okay.
okay, before we get to the chat, tell me what kind of messages have you been getting and what have your clients been coming to you for lately?
Okay. So what I've been getting more and more is staying in your heart and coming
Ooh,
from like softening that heart, living in so much. I've been getting so much like, okay, so you know how the third dimensions are and the fourth and the fifth, and everyone's asking, what does that mean? What do the different dimensions mean? And and so what I've been told is like, yeah, when in order to be able to move from one dimension to the other, you have to love the dimension in which you're in and love yourself, and there's got to be a lot of love around it, right?
okay, okay.
And so the third dimension is like Father, Son, Holy Ghost, right? Like duality. Um, Fourth dimension is like what you and I write on with the spirituality, and fifth dimension is a different is we're all in the on the same planet when we're there. It's just a different perspective of how we view things, right? So what I'm finding with my clients and with people is that as we're moving into the fourth dimension, they are having to deal with their past and coming to the conclusion of opening up their hearts, loving more freely, and then they're able to stay in that fourth dimension more. But as you do that, you have to work through all of that anguish and past pain, right?
Yeah.
And let it go so God keeps telling me to stay in your heart. That's the biggest one, no matter what. Like even when the anxiety gets really, really tough, like I personally don't get it, but I feel it from the ether,
Oh,
right?
the collective has been
Yeah.
going through so much anxiety and
Mhm.
fears just around the election, right? And having the eclipse on election day. I'm sure
Mhm.
people are stressed about, the holidays, gas and potential recession, depression. There's a
Right.
lot for people to be, feel stressed about, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. If you let it, like
Yeah.
what I find is that the clearer you are and the more loving you are and the more you stay in what I call I always am asking and creating heaven on earth, right?
Yeah.
And the more that I stay in that loving sense, the easier it is. And God always takes care of me for sure. For sure. Like Google kicked me off of my placement in my town,
Yeah.
right? For like 2 months, dude. I didn't have any clients for like 2 months, right? And I didn't I was perfectly fine. You know, I like tightened the belt a little bit, but it really honestly, I smooth sailed through it and God was like, "Laura, this is like a little vacation. Just relax. It'll all be
Well,
good."
not a vacation, because you did kind of, Laura, you guys, you got to go sign up. It's in the description, the link for her YouTube channel. Please go subscribe to Cool Conversations, Kuhl, Cool Conversations, and
Mhm.
subscribe to Laura's YouTube channel.
Where
'Cause she's
I'm
been doing a lot of videos there, right?
yeah, well, you know, I slowed down a little bit because I was doing these meditation ones, and what would happen is I would start meditating and then my video would stop,
Ooh.
like over and over and over. So I was like, what is going on? Does God just not want me to do this yet? Or like, do I need to find a different I don't know. I was like, whatever. And so I kind of I've been slagging a little bit, but I'm gonna get back up on there because
That's all right. They could still subscribe, and there are some nice videos up there. I just watched one
absolutely.
last night and I commented, so.
I love you for that too. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so let's go to the audience. Why don't you let me know, or let everybody know who's here and what everybody's saying.
So, the Jupiterian says God is always there. I have gone to Catholic school from ages 9 to 19. Woo! Those nuns are hardcore.
Yeah, I hear you, Stephen. Oh, Stephen, your stickers are in the mail. Sent them out today, my brother.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get mine. Love is the answer. Yes. I agree 100%. Forgiving, that's why cancer cleans. Exactly, beautiful. I'm not really quite sure what that means, but
Who said that? What did they say?
old angry boss.
Oh, hey, old angry boss, welcome back. They
Sorry.
said cancer cleaning up Gemini's mess? Is that what you're talking about? Because Virgo cleans up Leo's mess. Each sign, as you go through the zodiac, kind of corrects things from the next and kind of shifts and change, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. So what do Aquarians do?
Aquarians kind of elevate the focus from Capricorn from only being into individual status, achievement, and success, and then think about the support, the social network, and the group, and what's best for the whole
everyone.
collective. Which is why, as we're transitioning we're in the Pluto Capricorn from 08 to 24. We're going to go officially January 21st, 2024 to Pluto and Aquarius. And then the power, control, and the surrender, and just the whole collective energy will be towards more of the Aquarius, the water bearers, pouring the knowledge that it learned in Sagittarius. And then it still has the discipline of Capricorn, but it's now more thinking of the science, technology, and progression of humanity, where everybody gets kombucha and a slice of vegan pizza.
All right.
You know, like we shouldn't have, in the age of Aquarius and Pluto and Aquarius, we shouldn't have all these homeless people all over the place in California and wherever else in warm climates. The homelessness in America is a shame, and it hurts my heart, and it's increasing so much. It's absurd. It's absurd.
Absurd.
All right, so you can go back, see who else. Who else we got here tonight?
Okay, so we have that's how Aquarians clean. Laugh out loud. Yes, that's old angry boss. Chelsea Brooks said, "Forgive or for everyone makes sense. I'm an Aquarius."
Hey, Chelsea, welcome.
Old angry boss. Aquarius helps you understand how it's deeper than money.
Yes, not just the individual achievement. Yeah,
I've been getting too is cleaning up the planet. So God has me doing some things that probably won't explain to you guys what I'm actually been called to do, because sometimes I think I would end up in a straitjacket from somebody come to dun, 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 dun. Time to take you away, Laura.
Listen. When God speaks to us, we better move and listen when God speaks to us. Okay, go ahead. Who else we have? I think we have who else is there? Kimberly?
Isaac. Kimberly. Okay, hold on.
Okay,
Isaac,
you go ahead.
Isaac says we got our stickers today. The logos look awesome.
Oh, thank you, Isaac. I'm glad you got it.
The Jupiterian says God is always there. Oh yeah, we did that already. Yeah. Hold on. Peace, everyone. That's from Deborah. Chelsea Brooks. That's what's going to be my vote. Moon series, yay.
Oh, that was your vote. Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh, we got so much. Rose Williams, I agree. It's hard to know. We just sit and watch suffering. Yeah. Irene.
Hi, Rose.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here too, Irene. Thank you.
Hey, Irene.
She's the Aqua Moon in 8th.
Laura, tell Irene we missed her at Coffee Talk, right? Everybody wanted to meet Irene.
Irene, I was very disappointed that you were not there. I was there.
Laura came for the first time, Irene, see?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's because my Aquarius was like, I had nothing to do, so I was focused. Aquarius, we're over here, we're over there, we're up here, we're down there, we're everywhere. To just like Eric was like, "You have 90 minutes yet, Laura, before you have to be on." I'm thinking, okay, thank you.
I did send her the text reminder. Oh
Well,
my God. Of course, but see, but this is the
woo!
thing. Laura, Miss Laura Kul, has her sun and Mercury in the 12th house, you guys. She's a Pisces rising. And so her chart ruler, and this is where I'd like to teach through the chart. And it also shows a lot of Laura's spiritual gifts. If you guys understand sort of the sun and Mercury in the 12th house, it's very deep. But in terms of her connection to the subconscious mind and the collective, but her chart ruler, which is Jupiter, since she's a Pisces rising, Jupiter is conjunct Uranus,
Mm-hmm.
in the eighth house in Libra. And remember what I taught in Coffee Talk: Jupiter expansion
Mm-hmm.
brings blessings to any planet that it's like touching, that it's conjunct. So it's conjunct Uranus, which is the god of the skies, right? Uranus, Saturn's father, Kronos, and in ancient Kemet, Osiris, it's the spiritual awakener, where you get visions and dreams and downloads, and it's
Wait,
sociology and the central nervous system. Laura, I never asked you
uh,
this. Do you ever, when you sometimes get messages from God, do you ever like tingle, or do you get any tingles in your head
oh,
or back of your neck or anything?
absolutely. All over. Yeah. It depends. Like,
Okay.
um, and sometimes I'll get in my legs, which means more grounding, in my head, which means it's more from spirit. The
Okay.
whole body is like a whole body recognition, is that it resonates with everybody, that it's like divine truth. Um,
Wow.
I
Okay.
get like downloads where my vision will be interrupted, where I will have like
Blurriness, like, or
out flashes of light, like all these different colors, and it'll
oh
be
wow.
like some people will think, "Oh my god, am I having a stroke?" or like whatever. And I just enjoy it because it's like I know that they're downloading me, and I just got one like right before Google, like or right, yeah, right before that. And this summer I got a huge download, and now I know because I've been doing a lot of correcting of limiting beliefs, like correcting them in people's whole being. I had a healing on Thursday, two, actually three of them, that were so freaking profound.
Oh,
And that
that's
was one of the things that I wanted to talk to people about, are like limiting beliefs, like
okay.
that people have, like food makes you fat, which is a limiting belief. I can never get ahead, a limiting belief.
Yeah.
Like things just keep like getting worse and worse and worse on the planet, limiting belief.
Yeah.
Um,
Because we create the reality, right? And when we have to see and speak the positivity,
hmm
and also the gratitude to God,
hmm
and expect good things.
absolutely.
Speak it and expect it and receive it with gratitude.
And
Be
if you don't know
thankful.
how to do it, right?
No,
So
it's very
so
challenging.
let's just do a little thing with everyone, okay? Are you
Okay.
all ready? Because I got this from God. This was one of the healings and the limiting beliefs that I got. Okay, so put out your left hand and close your eyes. Nope, in a cup, like you're gonna cup water, because we're gonna. Oh, okay, more like this, like you're gonna, like someone's gonna place something in your hand,
Okay.
not that you're gonna grab it. You're not gonna grab it. You're gonna
I'm not going
place
to grab it. They're just going to place it in my hand, but I hold my hand open, right?
up, palm up, palm up. There you go.
Oh, like this.
Yes, thank you. Okay, so um in this hand is the ocean, and in your other hand is a drop of water.
Okay.
Okay, do your other hand up like that.
Okay.
The other way. What are you doing?
Okay.
No, no, no. I just want you one, both hand palms up.
Oh, both hands up.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. In the left hand is the ocean. If you close your eyes, there's the ocean. All the oceans. Let's put all of them in there. And in the other hand is one drop of water. Do you see the limiting belief that you can't hold all the oceans in your hand? You can, you just did it. Because remember that this world is an illusion.
Yes.
right? So the illusion is that if I can place all of the oceans in my one hand and I can have a drop of water in the other one, they both weigh the same. They both are water. They're both there, and they both are one. And we're all one, right? So whether you're a drop of water or an entire ocean, we are all one. There's no the illusion is that we're separate, and we're not.
I was going to say there's no separation, right?
Absolutely no separation. And so when you start to do this, and you actually like meditate on, all of the oceans in your left hand and one drop of water in the other, when you start to meditate on that, you become powerful.
Well, and you know what's so fascinating about that? Right now is a great time for people to receive this and get this, with Jupiter in Pisces retrograding, and it stations direct, you guys, on the Sagittarius new moon on November 23rd. You'll see that in the video that I just put up today. But and what I love is that Juno is there too. So it's like we need to be married to our faith and spirituality and beliefs. And so I wanted to kind of share that, because you're right. Like, having the faith and the perspective with the positivity and trust, right? We have to trust God and know that we don't have lack.
No,
We are not less than.
no,
We
don't
are
have.
more than capable. We are more than blessed.
Mhm.
And I think it's such a challenge, as you guys, as we live in this 3D world, to believe that we are more and we can expand and grow and be more spiritually. And understand, as we as individuals raise our vibration and energy, we're helping the collective. Even your angry mailman, or the next door neighbor, or your spouse, or your mother, or this one that's like, blah, 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 blah. Keep praying.
Right.
Keep lifting, keep sending them love, right? Laura always tells us
Absolutely.
this, right? And you always say this too.
God keeps telling me to like put that in there. So anytime negative energy overcomes us, this is what God said to me. Our number one job, our career, the reason for being, is to overcome and love ourselves. Okay? Overcome and love ourselves.
Yeah.
So simple. And he said that's a key. Love isn't confusing.
Yeah.
Love isn't confusing. So if you're
Makes me think about the love in the book of Ephesians in the Bible. Yeah.
so if you're in love and you're confused, that's not love.
No.
Love is so easy.
Yeah.
And not
of confusion. Yeah.
there's no confusion in love at all. Okay, so the Jupiterian says don't feed into the energy of angry neighbor, etc.
Yes, exactly.
Laura, you scared of the spirit? Laura, were you scared of the spiritual expansion when it occurred? No, I was tired. I just get really tired when I'm like really tired. Yeah.
Okay, no, I want you to get some more comments, but I want to say something, because what you said is literally what I was speaking about today in my Sagittarius new moon video, because at 5:57 p.m. on November 23rd, when this new moon is, sun and moon are in Sagittarius at 1 degree, it's a Taurus rising where the Uranus and North Node is, right? So it's the Taurus ascendant, the I am energy. So it makes Venus the chart ruler, which is in Sagittarius in 8th house. And it's so much about self-love, right? Vibrating from our hearts and loving ourselves. And the veil of having the moon, sun, Mercury, and Venus all in Sagittarius in the 8th house. So Sagittarius in the Scorpio house, right? In the 8th house.
Yep.
It's like the thin veil between death and rebirth. And so the Mercury and Venus is literally communicating about our values, pleasure, beauty, and what makes us happy, but our love, right? We have to learn how to love. And that's kind of like, I think we can almost like reach out and touch it right now.
No,
And
I know.
especially in the 23rd, right? We have to touch it for our mind, touch it for our heart, touch it for our loved ones, but touch it in terms of communicate it to yourself. Get in the prayer closet, get in the mirror, and tell yourself how
Mhm.
amazing you are. It can be uncomfortable and weird and hokey, but you got to just show up and do it. Just do it every day.
Absolutely.
You have to.
And then like when you meditate, like, you know, I have just, it's hard to see where I'm at. Okay, so I have oodles and oodles of these like notes.
Uh-huh.
And so while I'm meditating, God talks to me, and then I write all these notes down.
Wow.
And, a lot of times, to be honest, they're a lot alike, you know.
Right.
Um, but I don't know if any of you have tried to sit in love, just the vibration of love. Like, let's say you love your kid or whatever, your husband or your daughter or whatever, and you just try and sit in that. It's just not easy. It's not easy to hold that feeling of love, that like, oh, I love you, 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 I love you. I can do it for like 6-10 minutes.
Okay.
Like literally, I'll start to like my whole body will start buzzing so much. I'll be like, you
Well,
know.
you guys try this tonight. That's a good thing to
I'm,
try to do.
I'm telling you, it's not as easy, and everyone's like,
No,
oh,
no,
it's
I'm
like
sure.
so, you know, hairy fairy, so freaking easy. Yeah, good luck. Shit's not easy. So why does God keep saying it over and over and over? Because he's like, you guys got to practice this. Like, if you're not going to practice it, I'm going to keep yelling at you. You know. So, um, oh, see, Irene says that love feels painful to me, but it's not. The pain is what you haven't worked through yet.
Yeah. And Irene, maybe you should reach out to Laura. She's helped, a bunch of people that come on here and really helped myself and my wife. And, I think sometimes it can be hard, you guys, to kind of investigate our own trauma and pain around love, self-love, and loving others. But that's the work that I tell you guys all the time we have to do with Pluto. We've got to learn to surrender, let go, let God. And then I call it the Trinity of trust. Trust yourself, learn to trust others again.
Mm-hmm.
Always trust God.
But let me tell you, so I'll be doing these healings with people, right? Or
Right.
going through this, like I did with this, this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the woman looked across the table, and there's so much love in their hearts when I get done, and they're like, that was so amazing, because it's so much love. It's not about like the old way of doing things of, well, let's talk about your childhood and tell me how that made you feel and blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. That's not how I work. It's so easy peasy lemon squeezy, yummy yummy yummy, like honey in your tummy. It's so nice. I don't care what anyone says, like, until you've experienced it with me, the true, and I know you have, Eric, because we do it on our gathering on Sundays.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. We
Well,
all
not just
run
that,
in the same-
also the first time that we ever met when you did the reading for me with my father. And, I won't get so deep into that, but, it was transformative for me,
Mhm.
life-changing, God, so informative, and just really a lot of clarity and perspective. And it just kind of, it was almost like reconnecting with my father again, you know what I mean? And kind of getting some insight, I mean,
It's kind of like doing this to the wound,
mm,
and like, gone.
Yeah.
It wraps it up in this beautiful, loving thing. It makes it all make sense. And then it just dissipates out into the ether. And then it's not there anymore. And you wake up and you're like, thinking about my dad. My dad died in 16, and I'm perfectly fine with it. When other people suffer and miss their parents or miss the people that have died, it's so strange to me because I'm so at peace with it. That's the thing that I want to bring to the table is how much peace you can have
Yeah.
with this. That's why I love doing limiting belief work and
Yeah.
the DCP.
Well, and that's where I think you brought a lot of peace for me in terms of I felt like there was some resolution,
Mhm,
like for you guys who do know, and some of you might not, right? So my father was murdered when I was 6 years old, and very devastating and traumatic. And I'm now 52, but it hurt for so many years. And, I know that God brought Laura and I together and for a multitude of reasons, but the gift that God gave to me through Laura was, you know, I, I don't even really have the words, but it was so powerful and meaningful and helpful. And
mhm.
so, some of you guys, it doesn't even have to be relatives that have passed on, but there's so many ways that I find that Laura, can help people. And I want you to share with the audience because we were talking about that, and then we can get back to some more questions and comments. But can you kind of give a little insight, wet the whistle of the people in terms of the deep clearing protocol and what that really helps us with and what it's about? Because I think a lot of my audience members, I think that, I don't think I know it's something that the whole world, but definitely my people, because my people are amazing, that they could benefit from. So share that with everyone.
For in terms of the DCP, right?
Yeah, what is it? Like,
Okay, so the deep clearing protocol is a practice that was developed for people that were intuitive or working on other people, like massage therapists, Reiki, um, astrologers, anyone that was picking up on other people's energy, psychics, mediums, etc.
yeah,
And so when I was going through the dark night of the soul, I was very close to ending it. And God led me to Tyson, who then had me do the deep clearing protocol, which cleared out all the non-essential energies or that what do you call it?
negative spirits or
Yeah. Well, I was, having the dark night of the soul.
yeah,
So I was being inundated by darkness all the time. And no matter what I did, I couldn't get out of it.
attacks from Satan.
Lucifer.
Yeah,
Yes. And so I started doing it. And then I talked to him and I asked him, can I please help other people with this? Because everybody has darkness on them.
yeah, and everyone has spiritual gifts too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So what I found out is that when you start doing this, that profound experiences happen. Your life gets better, your businesses get better, your bills get paid. It's just like it's insanity, but it works. And so, and then I coach people through it, right? So, and we talk about people's limiting beliefs, and I talk to them about like the way that they've been seeing the world in one way, it opens up to a whole nother one. And because you clear it all out, then you have room to actually hear the truth.
yes.
Yeah. And then it just
And it makes you do a deep dive to introspection and kind of self-healing, right?
yeah, exactly. So like if anyone wants to work with me on the regular, they have to do the DCP. And and when they start doing it, they start to understand, oh, and then when I start, and like sometimes I'll take on these DCP clients as long-term clients. And I have a client that I've been working with for like 6 years, and she finally decided to work with me on the month, like once a week on the weekly and then during the week as well, a little bit here and there.
Hmm.
And she says, my life has changed so profoundly. I can't, I can't even. And it started with the DCP, and she said, I know I have to do that every day, but this work with you, like changing how I see the world every single day and how I respond to
Yeah.
to the world has just changed her like significantly. It's insane to me, like sometimes how people have no idea how ingrained those negative thoughts and feelings are. And it's like all of a sudden you'll hear me behind you going, knock it off, stop, nope, nope,
And
nope,
they're like
do
deep
this.
roots of a tree,
Mm-hmm.
that we have to kind of dig up and get it all out and purge and detox and cleanse. And I find the DCP to be outstanding, amazing. And it's what Laura helped my wife to begin while I was in coma, you guys. And that was very helpful and beautiful, you
Well,
know.
we DCP'd for you. I had a whole group of people DCPing for you every single day. I
Yeah,
took you on my own.
yeah.
So, okay, so Irene said, Laura, what are your thoughts on duality? So, good or bad, happy, sad, up or down. It's those are the start of where limiting beliefs came in. Good, bad. Everything is just as it is. There
Yeah.
isn't any good or bad in anything when you start to see it from a different perspective.
Hmm.
Laura, is the dark spirit the psychic's shadows? How to tell the difference? Right. Yeah, absolutely. How to tell the difference? Well, like non-essential energies, that's what I call them. They're not bad. They just have a different perspective than us. That's all. And when you start to love them, they start to love you. It's there is like even Lucifer, right? If you think about it, if you loved and prayed for Lucifer, he too would change. Like would it change? Would it change you? That's the thing. So that's a very profound thing that I've been thinking a lot about lately. There's a little girl that used to pray for Lucifer, and when she died, man came and paid for her, for this little girl's everything, took care of it. And her mother said, "Why did you pay for my child?" And he said, "Because she was the only one that ever prayed for me."
What?
Hmm. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well,
That's really weird.
God told me a long time ago that everything was upside down and backwards. And so when you start to really think about everything's upside down and backwards, and you start to see that dark is light and light is dark, and there is no change because that's duality, that there isn't a light and there isn't a dark, because who has ever really ever had like darkness, really, truly in their lives? It's just a perception of where you are at that moment.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Well, I know I've been through a lot of pain and trauma and crises in my life. And, you know, I can tell you, I had a friend one time who said to me, Eric, how are you so happy and so positive?
yeah.
This was like in junior high school. It was deep. Like we had a deep conversation. He was like, I would never know that your father was murdered and that you
Mhm.
had this eye disease and that your mom was shot and all this stuff. Like he
Mhm.
was like, you are the nicest, most positive person, Eric, that I've ever met in my life. My
Mhm.
good buddy, my good Irish friend, Mark. And I said, and I told him, I said, I never I've never said, why God me? I've never said, woe is me. And I've always looked forward to the sun, rising and shining in the morning tomorrow. And to me, things happen, but I don't feel like they happen to me, right? If you change the perspective, things happen for you, right? And God is
God doesn't make any mistakes at all.
exactly, there are no mistakes.
Whatever
And
you go through.
yeah. And so it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I've just always been a positive, optimistic person. And God knows I've been to like hell and back a couple of times, but it doesn't phase me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, hello.
Well, my teachers, I've been called in school when I was younger, I was called Giggles,
Oh God.
Miss Mary Sunshine. Yeah, like every all my cards, or my report cards were like, she's not very smart, but she
But she
sure is
sure
a
does
joy
laugh
to
and
have
smile.
she sure is a joy to have in class. She's very,
Oh
I
God
was
bless
a late
God bless us
bloomer.
all.
I was a late bloomer in the head. So we have so many
Yeah.
comments. Can
Well,
I
take
just
some more questions because I'm sure people want to ask you more stuff.
okay. Um you need to love yourself first. Yes, the Jupiterian says. Irene, God sends the light and the plagues. That's Uranus. She says upside down and backwards too. That came from God. I don't really say that. That was a thing. But the difference to me is old angry boss. The difference to me is not respecting uniqueness versus respecting and loving uniqueness. The duality of Pisces. See, you guys bring up all the like the astrology stuff, and I'm like, I don't.
Well,
I
you're
learned so
Pisces
much.
rising, right? So you're Pisces rising, and the
Mhm.
fish are going in two different directions. And Pisces, I always think of it as like almost agape Christ-like love, right? And so you have Venus on the ascendant. So Venus is exalted in Pisces. And so this is where I explain to other people, and I've even explained it to you in a sense that for you, and I think for me, because I have Venus on the ascendant, but it's not in Pisces like you, it's in Scorpio. But I think it's easier for you and I to love truly, unconditionally from our hearts,
Mhm.
with Venus on the ascendant, because it's like our
Mhm.
I am energy, our physical
Right.
body and outer appearance,
Mhm.
where some people they have trouble accessing
Yeah.
their heart and their love, depending on where their Venus might be in the chart. But Pisces, I think of Pisces energy as like really true unconditional love, pure
It's a hundred
compassion,
percent. It's 100%
pure
loving.
empathy.
Most people love between 50 and 80%. I
Yeah,
love 100%. So when I say I love you, I mean
yeah,
it, right? And when I don't, I mean that too.
exactly.
Evelyn Torres says, "To
Hey,
be honest, you
Evelyn.
can't show me. I don't believe you because every one of those bitches that pledged their love for me all turned on me. So much for love." And I want to read some more from her because she's been saying,
Yeah,
Evelyn has been saying a lot
yeah,
about um, that she has okay, that she doesn't feel love, or loving is hard. Like Moon Goddess said, I feel permanently broken watching my mother die at 37. It has gotten easier, but it's like a scar I will forever carry. Oh, honey. My choice
yeah.
in men to be in love with that has been horrendous. And then I would ask you, Moon Goddesses, do you really love yourself? Because that's what that sounds like to me. Oh, and I just got tingles in my head. So that comes from the spirit world, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. No, Moon Goddess, you got to be kind to yourself because Moon Goddess, you're amazing. I
Here, Evelyn Torres says, it's sickening to me when people tell me I love you. Evelyn Torres, I love you. I love you. I love you.
Evelyn's amazing, Laura.
I think all of
She was
these,
on Coffee Talk.
everyone
No,
is
all these people are
amazing.
amazing. Yes. No, but I'm just letting
Absolutely,
you know,
because
like,
they're
I know.
me. Do you think that I loved myself forever? No. I can show you pictures where I didn't love myself. And then when I started loving myself, my pictures changed.
Yeah.
My life changed. When you start to love yourself, it everything, nothing else matters. Like I just love me. And then I have so much more room to love others.
Yeah.
Before, when I was angry and I didn't love myself, I was angry and people didn't like that. Like they didn't understand that I wasn't angry at them, I was angry at myself. But
Yeah.
to them it felt like I was angry at them. And I pushed people away. Now I pull them towards me.
Yeah.
And just by loving them, I don't even have to do anything. I just stand in love and they come towards me.
And Evelyn and Moon Goddess, I mean, I don't say this lightly. You are both amazing women. And so you
Yeah.
trust me, you have to love yourself unconditionally. And then the love will start to just come your way so much easier. Because think about it, we attract who we are. So when we
You,
love purely love ourselves,
I can't.
then we receive that back.
You do love yourself, Evelyn. You call me tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock Central Time. I want to talk to you. I'll give you a free hour. I will talk to you about how much you love yourself. You do not understand. You are not understanding me. Oh, moon goddess. I seem to attract addicts. My father was an alcoholic. That's because that's still in your bioenergy field. Once you remove that, then you'll stop doing that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, Evelyn, if you can't handle hearing I love you from anyone, it makes you like, maybe, text isn't always the greatest, Evelyn. So maybe I am taking you differently, but okay, I'll believe you that if you say you love yourself, I 100% trust you
Yeah,
that you,
because Evelyn, you seem to be a very positive person to me. She's a Sagittarius. Her birthday's coming up soon, and Evelyn's very optimistic.
yeah.
But like many women, right? They've been kind of kicked around, disrespected from men, and sometimes
But I always thought that I loved myself too. And then when I had two men say to me at the same time, "Oh no, you don't love yourself." And I was like, "I don't?" And they're like, "No, not at all." And I was like, and then that's when it really started because that's when I really started to figure out that I didn't love myself
right,
because you have to open up your heart and love every bit of you, even my faults.
yes,
That's where I started doing that deep, deep, deep healing.
oh yeah,
When you love those deep old scars and wounds and all of that,
yeah.
they just flutter away, and then you have so much more room to love everyone else. Yeah,
I know for me,
I think giving love is easier than receiving love.
yeah.
Irene, yeah, yeah. Um, I love receiving love though because when you feel it back, it's just so
Oh, it's amazing. It's
yeah,
amazing.
sweet.
And I think one thing that I know is challenging, and it's what I have designed my relationship coaching program around. The first floor is unlearning, and that's part of unprogramming. And it's the job of every human being between 20 and 30 or 22 and 32 to truly unlearn. Because most of what the world and society, our siblings, our parents, our cousins, our neighbors, the magazines, the media, the television, the film, our
Yeah.
parents, the government, the church, everything, 80% of it, throw it out the window. And if you can keep 20%, you are blessed and fortunate. But then
But
you
you have
have
to understand that we're in an illusion, right? So
exactly. So you have to
that
relearn
80% is an illusion. It doesn't even belong there in your
E-
field
exactly. And you
because
have to
it's not
kind of
even
relearn
supposed
it
to be
all.
there.
And
Yeah.
you have to relearn who
Well,
you
you have to
are.
have discernment about what you bring into your life and what you don't.
Yes.
You have to
But
have
you,
that discernment. It doesn't matter if it's coming from the government or from the music you listen to or a friend or your animals that you love. And you have to use discernment.
yeah.
And most people don't even understand what discernment even means. So that, yeah, I may be speaking a foreign language.
Well, but the key is though, and these guys know, you guys, the key is to get into your Black Moon Lilith. The real
Some
way
people,
to get on the road of self-love and self-healing is to get into your true Black Moon Lilith, get into your Chiron, get into your Pluto, get into your 12th house, and you gotta have some isolation in your lives. You have to kind of
Mhm.
do that deep, quiet inner work when no one else is around, and
So
really,
this is
really talk to yourself and
So
figure it out.
this is interesting. Evelyn, I love this. I had a lot of female friends who said they loved me. They would say it all the time, but when it was time to show it, they couldn't. That's where discernment comes in. That's where discernment comes in. That's when, like, I have a really good friend who sat with me while my dog was dying, and my dad was dying, and she's shown up for everything. And I looked at her and I said, I love you so much. And she said, I know, I love you so much. And I was like, and it's not about saying it, it's about that you show up,
Yeah.
that even through the darkest of my times, it never scared her. She just kept coming closer. But she's a Pisces, so they love
Oh, that's
everything,
beautiful.
right?
Well, it's so funny.
And I agree 100% on that. Yeah.
Listen, and you're talking to someone who just went through it, right? And I, my Virgo self, my Virgo Mercury and Lilith and Mars and
Mhm.
all that stuff. I know and I remember who was there for me and my wife and my children and my family and my near death and my struggle and my experience, right? And so you're right. When the walls are closing in and the stuff hits the fan, you'll
Mhm.
see who's there for you
And who's not?
and who's not. And
And who shows up, and it's about them showing up for themselves, about how
yes.
they look. It's not about you.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm dripping with spiritual discernment. And my Scorpio rising, the
Right?
Venus, Jupiter, and Neptune. I mean, I can see through people, and some people really disappointed me.
Oh, you just gotta love them, though. I just
No,
laugh.
no, no. I
I laugh
listen.
now, but
I
yeah,
love everybody, but there's some people that I realize that I may have to love them from afar, and that's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
You know.
I do this. I love you. Goodbye. Okay, so Moon Goddess, you said, "Wow, Laura." Dot 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 dot. I'm kind of scared to ask what you meant by that. What did I do? Oh no. Oh, I'm losing it.
uh,
Here, let's go down and do some more.
yeah.
Evelyn is saying she would rather show someone as her parents did than say it just a million times. Okay, yes, yes, yes. You have to feel love, not
Well,
just.
love is a verb, right? It needs action. It needs
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm. Yeah, right, exactly. Go back and read my yes, Evelyn. I will. I think we just got off a little bit on the wrong foot, but I think I see what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Um, okay, let's get up here. Thanks, Evelyn. Wonder if you ever have Saturn and Saturn moon aspects. Hope says Moon Goddess, I'm a Cancer as well. Irene, our Jennifer Sweet says Irene, my Aquarius is in the seventh with Mars
Hey,
and
Jennifer, how are you, my friend?
Evelyn says you can't love everybody. True that. Moon, that's a real friend, Laura. I'm a Cancer. The mother of the zodiac.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I tell you, Cancer women are so pure and sweet. Oh my God.
oh, I had a roommate. Yeah,
My aunt was a Cancer.
that's
She was an angel. Oh
so
my God.
sweet. I know, and for like the salt of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Just such good people, kind, loving, just loved people, and everyone just loved her too. But I think it was because she was a redhead. Everyone loves a good looking redhead. I'm telling you. Ah,
Oh, that's funny. I like that.
so, so you guys, I
Hey, Hope.
just thank you for all of these questions. If you have more questions about anything going on in your life, let's just open it up and see what's going
Yeah, we
on.
got about 10 minutes. So yeah, does anybody, want to ask Laura anything specific? We can do that.
Moon Goddess, I'm a redhead. Irene, trying to erase my comments so you don't read. Okay, I won't read anymore, Irene. I respect you. Temperance, the Enchant.
Hi, Temperance.
I love these names. I just have
Thank you,
Laura
sis.
Cool. Temperance, the Enchantress.
Oh, she's great.
I think of like cool names like that. Everybody rename me. Moon Goddess 45. Love it.
I know, right?
Let's see. Cancer to me are crybabies, Jennifer Sweet. Oh my God, that is.
No.
I'm a Cancer, Sun, Capricorn, Moon, so crying not so much. Hope. Okay, so you don't cry that much.
No, Capricorn moons. But let me tell you something. I'm a Capricorn moon too, like Hope. And we feel very deeply. It's just our emotions sometimes are delayed. So when other people want us to show like, oh, you're upset, you're angry, you're this and that, we're like, no, I'm not right now. You
Right.
know, like we're kind of like it literally like you'll see the delay of our emotions. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really fascinating. It's that Saturn. It
For
slows
me,
down.
I get like super mad and then I'm fine. And I'm like, and then next day they'll be like, I'm so
Well, yeah,
sorry.
because you're Taurus
About
the
what?
bull. Your moon is exalted, but Taurus the bull, right? Like a bull, it can get really mad, but then it's like real calm and chill afterwards. It's like, oh, you know,
It
I'm
was
good.
nothing. I'm good. I'm over
Yeah,
that was so 2 minutes ago. Please, let's move on.
yeah. And that's having the exalted moon in Taurus. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Laura, can you erase past trauma? Kind of like, I don't know what EMDR is, but yes, like, yeah, it's 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 profound, and this is new. Like, this is a new thing within the last like 6 months. That's really God has taken me through kind of a different force field with this. So
Hmm.
it's totally it's interesting. Even as I'm doing it, like the whole room becomes white, almost like
I want to
um,
I want to give them a little insight. I'm not going to get
mhm,
too personal, but you guys, Laura, more than once through Zoom has been able to see different aches and pains in my body that I've had, explain them to me, and kind of guide me and show me what I need to do to heal them. And it's totally worked.
mhm,
And I'm like, yeah, it's not like, like, oh, my shoulder or my pinky hurts. Well, actually, she did do some help and healing on my shoulder and stuff and told me a couple different things. Because after I came out of the hospital, my shoulder was out of place and off. But I mean, like really detailed stuff. So yeah, you guys need to, and they could just reach you what, lauracool.com, right?
yeah, I have it up there.
Yeah, lauracool.com. Yeah, no, I see it.
www.
Yeah, I see it, lauracool.com. And I'm telling you guys, like, yeah.
But you know what though? Like you also have to be ready for it.
No, no, you do.
You
And I
do.
was, and that's
Mhm.
why I think it worked so well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Because if you're not ready, like what I'll get are like people that they're kind of like like a rattler. They just come up and they're like, and but I have a lot better discernment than I did before. That's
Yeah.
why I said this. Um there's a new field around this, and so it's so loving and so easy, and people just melt. They're just like they melt and they become this just like like every like Cinderella movies, when the birds are dancing around and she's singing and everything is like, but it's like in real life. It's so weird, but it's
Yeah.
true. And then like, okay, so one of my really good psychic friends sent her mother to me, just for
Mm,
instance. And if you think of something that's like very, very tight, right? Her whole life was like super tight. So
okay.
everything she did was just, but not angry because she was the most loving person. But her
Right.
whole body was just like in so tight and angry. And after working with me for, I'd say 12, 18 weeks probably, she
Uh-huh.
like completely relaxed out. And her daughter is just like, I don't even know this woman anymore. She's like so awesome, but I don't like she's not even the same woman anymore. And and there were times when it got really rough, where um there was slamming of the, hand on the table and like gotta stop doing, like there's tough love in this too, right?
Oh yeah.
And she said I had one woman explain it. It's like you bitch slapped open my eyelids. I was like, oh, you know,
Oh my gosh.
that's like how God wants you to hear it in that moment. Cause like some people you can't be nice to them. You got to kind of be a little bit rougher with them because if you were nice to them, they'd leave. So you
Yeah,
kind
no,
of got
I
to be
gotta
a
tell
little
you,
bit more raw.
Laura is a straight shooter, but I think even with being direct, I know for me, I never felt um, anything but still love. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So even when you might be more direct and firm or stern with me, I don't, I've never taken anything in a wrong or negative or personal
Eric,
way. And
Eric,
I've always felt that love and just that
yeah.
connection
I
to
could
God.
never
You know
yell
what I
at
mean?
you because you don't respond well to that. But
Say it
some
again.
people, I could never yell at you because you wouldn't respond well to that. But some people need to be yelled at, and that's how they respond best.
Mm.
Isn't that crazy? But it's true.
No, no, I remember you telling me about it that one time with, somebody you experienced that with, and they like kind of they received that much better. Yeah. And
Yeah.
no, you're right. Every individual is different and stuff.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
I probably got enough yelling from my mom growing up.
Me too. My dad was a football coach. Talk about yelling.
Oh my God.
Curious-
My,
Yeah, I'm
my
curious.
mom, my mom was born and raised in Harlem and tough as nails. Oh my
It
God.
was.
She
And
would
I'm
cuss you
just
out in a minute, but then she'd be like, "Hey, sweetie. Hey, sugar. Hey, darling."
so
Like it was
yeah.
just like so funny because like it was just that total yin yang. Like she had this southern manner and drawl to her, but she was a native New Yorker, born and raised in Harlem, taught in Harlem, fifth grade for 35 years. So she was tough, but at the same time, tough, but so sweet and calm. You know what I mean? It was really a great combination. I
Oh,
feel very blessed
your
to
mom
be her
was something. Yeah.
to be her
I
son.
only
Yeah.
got her at the end, but her.
Yeah, no, you did get to meet her that one time. That was great. Yeah. No, she
So
was.
air filter has. I'm curious about this
Hey,
because
Air Filter, how you doing?
I'm a massage therapist, and I would find this beneficial to my practice. What Eric describes you doing, yes, air filter, yes, definitely,
Yes, it would be Air Filter,
because
especially because of what you
massage
do.
therapists, yeah, because you guys actually like. I've had massage therapists come in, and they ache. And then after they do the DCP, in fact, I have a massage therapist now who just sold her business. And she said as soon as she started doing the DCP, all of her pain left her body because it wasn't hers in the first place.
Right, you absorb the energy from your clients. Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of massage, like you said, massage therapists, Reiki, light healers, numerology, astrology, tarot. Yeah, I think what people don't understand. I know for me,
good
when
bros.
I'm working with clients,
Hmm.
I have to kind of like give myself that energy cleanse and bath to kind of make sure I'm not keeping other people's stuff.
Hmm.
And I
Yes.
think everyone needs to be mindful of that. Any type of healer or intuitive person, like it's important, right? We have to guard and protect our energy, but we also have to
You don't have
release.
to guard and protect your energy. I dislike that a lot.
No, you don't? Okay.
No. Because when you have to guard and protect it, then that means that something's attacking you, and that's not true.
Okay. Okay. So that's the wrong
So
terminology. So
it's
how would I
more
rephrase
like
that?
you just fill your space with love, and that's
Okay.
right. And
Okay.
there's
I know
nothing
that makes sense. Yeah.
from that, right?
Yeah.
Someone may try to like say like, "Oh, Laura, you think you're a psychic? You're nothing but a crazy,
Right. Right.
crazy lunatic, and you're gonna go to hell and all this stuff." And I just love them. I'm like, that's an interesting perspective. Like, okay. Kimberly says, "Would you say you're a medical medium?" I would say that I allow God to work through me, and He is the greatest medical medium in the universe, and that's who works.
Amen.
So, um,
Amen. It's all about God. Yeah. You're right.
I'm just a radio. I'm just like the channel that gets from here to there.
Well, no, and it's fascinating that you say that because you guys were so fascinating. Um, I've seen it in play where it's almost like Laura literally forgets after she's kind of shared or given like, insight from God because it is like she's the vessel,
No,
right?
it's not like I kind of forget. I do forget, like
You do
100.
forget. Okay, yeah, that's deep.
Like,
No.
okay, people call me, "Oh my God, you told me blah 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 blah," and it totally happened, and I was like, okay, like.
No, no, I know
I
you
think
do
it
forget.
wasn't going to. I don't know.
That's powerful.
So what does DCP stand for? Deep Clearing Protocol.
Yes,
So
deep
there's
clearing
60,
protocol.
there's 64 clearing statements that you say, and then there's an installation. So you clear all the darkness out, then you install the light, and it works.
Yeah.
I did massage therapy for years, then went into primal response system, which is fascia release. Dude, Moon Goddess, I would love to talk to you because fascia, I've been working on my fascia. That stuff is, that really thin layer all around your body. That stuff is intense when you get because I'm 53 and it gets tighter as you get older. And so I'm totally into stretch or loosening it, loosey goosey. I want to be for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
I tell you, listen, people come to my channel. I love them all. They're amazing. They are
So
really something.
I can feel where they're hurting after I work on them, air filter. We got to talk. You could feel them before. And that's by doing an energy, you can look at their energy grid by grabbing their feet and feeling everywhere they're painful. But then as you're working, that's theirs and you're releasing that out, releasing it to because remember we're physical, mental, and spiritual beings. So sometimes it's the spiritual that's stuck, and sometimes it's the physical, and sometimes it's the mental. So that's why if it's physical and you're holding on to it, afterwards you're feeling that's so crazy to me. I
But
just
I've
know.
heard that before from other massage therapists too. I've heard that. Yeah.
So that's because you're feeling it in you, and that's because you took it out of them, and now you've
Got to
taken.
release it. She has to release it.
But see, the thing is that you shouldn't take it on in the first place.
Yeah, but some people do.
No, I know, but all
Yeah.
that is teaching people how not to. That's the
Right,
whole.
right. No, exactly.
So
Yeah.
think of yourself as a hollow bone, like water running through you, like you have a shower on top of your head, and all of the energy is constantly flowing down into the earth, and all of their pain and whether it's physical, mental, or spiritual is flowing through you down into the water, into the ground, and away from you, and you become a vessel, not a vessel of holding, but rather like a hollow bone where it just flows through.
That's a great analogy. Yeah.
Um, that's because Fool's Crow works with me too. He was one of my main guides, and he taught me how to be a hollow bone. Live high vibe, Kimberly. I agree. Crystal works for me after a reading. Crystals work for me after a reading. I don't know what that means, Jupiterian.
He's saying crystals help him after he does readings.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I guess it would depend on which crystal. I don't know. I don't work a lot with crystals.
Okay.
Oh, you're a conduit, Moon Goddess. Hope says, I love crystals. Definitely amazing to work with them. Laura, your laugh makes me laugh. Girl, I've had people say that I should be on those laugh tracks. I could make $1 million just by laughing. Would that be? I just gotta laugh for the rest of my days.
Oh my gosh.
Laura, I had to be clear. I didn't mind you reading my comments. I just erased, so you won't have to read. Oh, okay. Thanks, Irene. I love you.
I know. Can I tell you how badly I want to meet Irene? I really do.
Okay.
And I want Irene and Danny to meet.
But I think you got to stop with that because that's why she's not coming on. Just leave her alone about that.
Oh no! I'm not. Trust me, no. I'm not putting any pressure. I only say it in jest. But
Irene, no, I'm going to stick up for you.
I'm all about just Irene, the soul,
I
the
love
spirit.
Danny. I love Danny.
No, Danny's amazing.
He is amazing, and I like that. But I think we gotta kind of let that work on its own.
Yeah, no.
Water connects us all deeply together. I agree, Old Angry Boss. That's kind of a great name too, Old Angry Boss.
Oh, I love that name. I told Old Angry Boss the first time I came here, I freaking cracked up. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" I
Oh,
love your
good
name.
calls. I know.
I love that name.
I forgot to say in my body. I can feel it afterwards. Yeah, no, I got it. Air filter. I got you, girl. I got you. That's why I want
So
to talk to you. Okay, do you feel them before MFR and after? You as a massage therapist have a gift to release them in their soft tissue too. It's remarkable work. It's absolutely my calling. MFR. Awesome. When you find your calling, like,
yeah,
that's one of your tools in your belt. But remember that there's a million tools to have. And like, if all you had was a hammer and said, I hammer nails, that's all I hammer. Just remember, there's a million tools out there. So don't just, I mean, I guess you can just pound with a hammer and that's it. That's all you ever do. But I suggest that you look into all healing modalities because there's so much like I take them from everything that I've ever learned from anyone that has
yeah.
come into my life, and I bring them all together and use them for all different things. I love all different healing modalities. Yeah.
No, that's powerful. And I know for me, with the astrology, the numerology, human design, and also intercessory prayer, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
I've always, and I speak in tongues like you, Laura, and
Yeah.
intercessory prayer has been very deep in my life, helping people because I would kind of say certain things that I desired and even pray, and things didn't move. When I went to intercessory prayer and in tongues, I had things move
Mm-hmm.
so deeper and so
Mm-hmm.
profound in my life
Mm-hmm.
that it clearly showed a delineation and a difference for me.
Yeah. It's speaking in light language when you allow God to speak through you.
Yeah.
Um, like I always tell the people what it is the gist of what I get.
Right, right.
But that's where the
And
profound,
scientifically, they did studies
yeah,
proving that
yeah,
it's a different area in the brain. Like it's a whole.
yeah, it doesn't come from the speech part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's deep. I know. I
Mhm.
did some research that
You
saw
you
something.
can't stop, like, when you start speaking in tongues, nothing can stop me. Move over. Because I gotta do it. It's like it moves in my body, and I'm like, I gotta do this now. Be quiet. Rah! And it just rah. And then the people are like, I've heard him say, I don't know, you spoke this weird, like, Latin crazy,
Hey, it's however God moves you.
maybe it was American Indian, I don't know,
Yeah.
Japanese. What were you speaking? But after that, like, whoo.
I just be like, thank you, Lord. I just,
I know. And I'm like, that's lightning.
it's powerful. All right, well let's wind it down. Any last, take another question or two for Laura and then we'll say goodnight. And I just want you guys to understand that
Tongues scare me, Evelyn says.
they what? Tongue scary?
Sure.
No,
She
Evelyn,
doesn't like it when people say I love
don't be
you. So,
scared. Don't be.
the tongue, Evelyn.
You got to learn to love the tongue,
He
Evelyn.
needs to learn sign language, dude.
No, it's very powerful. It's very
It
powerful.
is. Yeah.
But yeah, Air Filter, Moon Goddess, Evelyn, all of you guys. Let me tell you, I really, um, I know that you
Wait a
can
minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's
be
this?
blessed and connect with Laura.
Everything in my life going wrong and getting worse. I keep praying, but I'm so tired.
Who said that?
Mia more love.
Oh, hi, Mia, more love. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Hold on one second, okay?
Yeah.
Mia more love. Listen to what I have to say to you, okay? Chichicha anya ano ono unich na inyalia ano no ukoch ninian anya ano koto ono shna anyani ana koto ono nini ana anaka omo no shiniana anya ko shini ano munu unuk niniana amana inyaka to ono no shakatainyana anainya shakatuliana mininiana anakata omano shakatuliana mininiana mana nyaka to shno oliana anya nakata. So, what they just said was God said, you hurt your shoulder, you hurt something in this area, and like, and then some people were saying things to you that kind of like, pushed you down into the world, and so God released that, took it out of your ear, took it out of your head, and then hold on, I always burp when I do this. Hold on. Oh, excuse me. And I know every time is a burp.
Every time, yeah, I love it.
And so you keep praying, but see, you're praying, and but you're not like just allowing and letting go. Like you're praying for something to happen rather than like, God, show me what it is that I need to know about this circumstance. Try that. Try that.
But then thank
Show me.
God with gratitude that it's already done. Know that it's done.
And if you're too tired, Mia Mora Love, email me on laurakul.com. Find my email address, and I will pray for you. But I'd like to have your real name, not Mia Mora Love, even though God might know who you are. I prefer to know, and so then I can really tap into you. But God hears you, and it's going to get better. Yeah, but there's just some little tweaks that we can do in prayer so that it actually gets done, instead of like being like, if you keep being kind of in a victim mentality, God keeps giving you victim things to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I love me on here too, Irene Mack, because I love me some Eric Taylor. I love the Taylors. I love
Thank you.
them.
Thank you. And I love all you guys. It's hey, knowledge is love, right? It's a big love fest for episode 97. This has been
Too much
amazing, like
canned soup.
always, Laura.
Someone said too much canned soup. Dude, I wish it was that way, but you come and watch me heal sometime, and that's all I do is burp. Mia Shell, Mia More, Mia More Love is Mia Shell, Maya Shell. I don't know. That's an
Yeah.
awesome name. Thank you, Laura, for being here. Thank you, Eric, for having this channel. I don't always get on here on time to watch.
Yeah,
Gratitude,
no,
much
it's
love from Chelsea Brooks.
hi
Have a
Chelsea
great
again.
night.
Yeah, Chelsea's been here once or twice before, but I'm glad you caught another live, Chelsea, and for all you guys to come and catch the live. You know, there's just so much going on, you guys, and the message that Laura got from God and what I've been downloading too. It is so, so important
Mm,
to vibrate from your heart and pure, true love. Love yourself first. Believe that you are not just healed, but that you are love. And know that God is with you. God's not going anywhere. You know what I mean? And don't and let's turn off the idiot box and the negative energy and guess what? You do not have to allow energy vampires to zap your energy from you. If people are not for you and don't light up when they see you, right? I light up when I see Laura. I light up when I come on here and see you guys, right? Laura lights up when she sees me on Sunday mornings. If people do not light up when they see you, then they're not about you and they're not for you. So
amen.
you just got to just be like, love them from a distance and say bye-bye. Because, and it's so true and so important.
It is. I love you so much, Eric Taylor. Love you.
This was awesome. I
Yeah.
thank everybody. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Laura's channel, visit her website, book a reading with her. She won't bite. She's this fun and bubbly when you meet her one on one. And
Unless you need a bite in the ass.
unless you need her to bite your belly, she'll bite your belly. But
Ah!
but for the most part, it's a good experience. And it's always healing and cleansing. And I think that's what it's all about, right? We're all trying to become and be the best versions of ourselves.
Thank you, Jesus, right? I just
Amen.
tried to be the best that I could do here.
You know, listen,
Right.
listen. You know me. I tell everybody all the time, man. Hey, I know who got me back home to my family. I call on Jesus, and
Thank you, Jesus.
Jesus showed up and showed out for me. So I
I
always
loved him when I was a child. I got really mad at him when I was in my uh, midlife, right? And now in my older life, I love him just as much as I did as a kid. So just remember that a lot of times when we're in our midlife, we think we know everything. That's when we don't know shit. Just saying.
we don't know a damn thing. You
Oh,
understand?
not a thing. Are you going
God
to
have
do
mercy.
your accents again, please?
You have to do some righteousness and understand, and we must pay attention to the lad. But yeah, no, we're not gonna get into a big performance right now. But listen, you guys, go to her channel, subscribe, watch Sagittarius New Moon. You're gonna get some great insight for that, which is coming up on the 23rd. Sagittarius season begins the 22nd. And
bring it. I'm so excited for this. It needs to happen for me.
yeah, Scorpio season's been kind of tough. We've been purging and detoxing and letting go. But you guys, this is how we cleanse.
News.
Yeah, this is how we cleanse. Now we can come out of the cave and go to the light. Carolyn, come into the light. It's time to be optimistic and fortunate and blessed in Sagittarius season and shoot those arrows. Right? Go get some wisdom and higher learning. I will be announcing my free webinar where I'll be kind of showing you guys the energy of 2023 of the Saturn in Pisces and Pluto, the quick little visit in Aquarius from March to May of 23. I was going to do November 29th, but I realized it might be better to just do Saturday morning, December 3rd. I can get more people. People are still busy during the week. So I think it's going to be, I will officially announce it in a day or two, but it will be Saturday morning, December 3rd, probably 12 noon Eastern. So that'll be, somewhere in there. It's like 12 or 1, some similar to Coffee Talk, but it will be Saturday, December 3rd. And then I'll be back for Coffee Talk 11, December 10th. Saturday, and I haven't picked the subject yet that I'm going to teach about. So I will email my regulars, and then I will ask and invite Mia Moore and Irene and Air Filter and Jennifer Sweet. Everybody wants to meet you, Jennifer Sweet, too, at Coffee Talk. Because Laura and Danny and Kimberly and Evelyn and Hope and Isaac, they all come.
Beautiful people.
Yeah, Stephen, and we had a bunch of new people this time, and it is
a
blessing and a stone groove. So
now wait a minute. Mia Mora Love said, and you are correct. It's my right shoulder torn rotator cuff, rheumatoid arthritis. See how God works through me. Like,
wow,
you know what I'm saying, like, yeah.
Mia Moore. Oh my goodness, thank you, Jesus.
Yes. So let's well,
yeah, please reach out to her. That's deep. Now that right there was a great way to end the show with that download and just the revelation from God. Thank you for that, Mia Moore and Laura, because that's wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah. It's time.
No. Yes, it is time, but it can be healed.
Oh,
I had a torn labrum. It's not the rotator cuff, but I had a torn labrum in my shoulder. And, Laura did some work on it. I also had a cortisone shot. I was going to physical therapy, and my shoulder feels great now.
And your knee.
And my knees feel great. And so, Mia Moore, you are already healed, and it's only going to get better from here, my friend. Okay. Accept that, receive that, and believe that. Know that.
Thank you, God.
With gratitude, okay?
So much gratitude. Thank you.
Thank God for the healing, because it's like soaring. It's traveling towards you right now, Mia Moore. It's like
until it goes.
Thank you, everybody. This was great. Enjoy your weekend.
Bye.
And be
I'm gonna
safe
take
out
off.
there. Be blessed. And thank you, Laura, my friend.
Bye.
God bless you.
I love you, Eric Taylor.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night, you guys. Knowledge is Love, episode 97. Peace. Thought that was the end of it.